Okay, so in this video, I'm going to be going over the step-by-step process of exactly how we're currently using micro niche YouTube channels to scale info coaching offers, because this is absolutely insane. I've never seen an opportunity like this before. But essentially what we're doing right now is we're making super specific videos, just like this one right here, for a super specific audience, and then selling really expensive offers on the back end of it. And you've probably seen it before. Um, but it's absolutely blowing up right now. Last month in September, this is a brand new offer right here. We did $105,000 cash collected, which is absolutely insane. And that's what we ended the month at. And if we actually go over to this month, in October, we are 11 days in and we've cash collected $56,382, and we're pacing $167,000 for the month, which is obviously, it's not going to be 167,000. Like, we're getting more and more momentum every single day. We're probably going to end the month between 200 and 250. And this is all with micro niche YouTube channels that are absolutely blowing up right now. Now, if you still don't understand what I'm talking about, it's essentially channels like this. You've definitely seen them before. This is an example, Hudson Cosper. You know, he's doing more of like a motivational type of thing. This is one of the clients that I work with, for example. We started this channel 2 months ago. A few videos in, yeah, this one got like 100,000 views. We made high 5 figures off of this video. Cold trades is another example. You know, super no editing, raw, authentic, that kind of style. Daniel Barada is also another one that you may have seen popping up. You know, he started this channel okay, this one's 3 years ago, but 3 months ago he probably started this YouTube channel. Now he's getting like 10 to 40,000 views a video. He's doing 6 figures a month. Obviously, my channel, I can kind of give as a case study. I've been doing this for the longest time now. I've been doing it for over a year. Most of these guys have only been doing it for a few months. And this channel right here, which has 3.7 thousand subscribers, has made me approximately $400,000 in profit. And another example here, Kobe, this is one of the guys that I worked with a few months ago. We took him from like 30K a month to 100K a month in literally 30 days by posting videos just like this. I completely, scripted and gave him the thumbnail for this one as an example, but literally super simple approach, super replicable. And I don't know how much longer this is going to be working for. And that's why I'm going to start making a bunch of videos going over this topic, because it's absolutely insane. And there's so much opportunity inside of the market right now. People are so fed up with over edited videos. People are so fed up with the fake gurus, where it's created this massive gap in the market where anybody can just come in, start posting videos like this, and start making ridiculous amounts of money. So what I'm going to be doing inside of this video is breaking down exactly how we're doing this, how we're scaling offers from complete zero, and 3 months later having consistent $100,000 months cash collected. We've done this probably, I don't know the exact number, it's definitely 5 to 10 times, which is absolutely insane. I peaked around $60,000 a month cash collected, and that was when I was posting once every 1 or 2 weeks. So this is absolutely insane. And I just want to go over this real quick. Not going to overcomplicate it. Not going to make this video super long. Just no BS, raw type of video. So how do you actually set this system up? How do you set the system up where you don't need any video editing, you don't need a big team, and you can maintain an 87.4% profit margin? Now, when I say 87.4, it sounds over exaggerated, like some random number that I pulled, but it really is 87.4. You have the payment processor, you're paying for the closer, and you have maybe 100 to 200 a month in software expenses, but that's literally it. So the first thing that you need to do is set up the YouTube channel itself. I'm going to give an example. This is the Dovey Trades example that I gave you guys before. Let me just go back here to show you. Again, super simple videos, and we blew up extremely quickly, getting ridiculous views on this channel and making ridiculous money too. I can't disclose exactly how much it was, but you can kind of do the maths. This channel has made a lot of money. That's all I'm going to say. So if we actually go into the actual setup of the channel itself, it's pretty simple. We've taken a simple profile picture. We haven't really overcomplicated it here. Same thing if you go to my channel. Like, there's no crazy profile picture. You're not standing in front of a Lamborghini or anything like that. Literally just a picture of your face, right? That's all you need. Then when we actually go into the channel, let me go into customize channel. Again, very, very simple. We've taken this banner that you may have seen before, step-by-step breakdowns on how to make money online. It doesn't, sorry, in the markets, but this banner doesn't matter too much. And it really depends on the channel. For example, with my channel, I didn't even have it edited. I literally took a screenshot of a Google Doc, which is kind of funny. I just said scaled my info business to 56K a month cash collected. And then I said I do 500K a month in info product sales for my clients. And I'm just sharing what works. But you don't need to overcomplicate this part of the process too much. In terms of the handle, Dovey Trades, mine is just literally my name. Like, you really don't need to overcomplicate this part of the process either. In the description, such a simple description. Like, this whole strategy and the like what we're kind of trying to do is kind of like the I don't really care what you think or whatever. It's like most people are going super over edited. They're looking for feedback, all these things. This channel is just like you're posting videos. All the title is just no big letters, no capital letters. It's kind of like, I don't care. Like, here's the info. If you want it, that's cool. If not, that's cool. So even in the description, we're following this, super simple. And then in the link, we literally just have a one-on-one mentorship linked, and I'm going to get into how we're doing this and how this is actually converting a bit later in this video, right? So once that's set up, again, like I was saying, you really can't overcomplicate this part of the process. The next step in the process is doing the competitor analysis and seeing what your competitors are actually doing. So for example, the biggest thing that people actually get wrong in this part of the process is, for example, if you're doing a drop shipping offer and you want to sell a mentorship or a course or a mastermind or whatever it is around drop shipping, the competitors that you look at and the competitors that you actually end up finding don't need to be other people who do drop shipping, because for our analysis, we're simply trying to find titles and thumbnails and that kind of stuff that work and that are doing it in the micro niche YouTube channel. Because at the end of the day, we all have the same ideal client. It's always going to be the same for a B2C offer where we're trying to sell them a business opportunity. They're usually going to be in the same situation. They're probably out of school or, in their 20s. They're not where they want to be. And we're pretty much selling them the opportunity of getting into this business and making the money that they actually want to make. So the titles are going to be similar. Let me actually give you guys an example. So if we go to the Dovey channel right here, we have this video right here, and it literally says, okay, explaining the trading model that made me millions at 25. You could have easily taken this video and just been like, oh, let me just scroll up in case my face is hiding it. So, fuck it, explaining the trading model that made me millions at 25. You could have easily taken that for e-commerce. So you could have been, fuck it, explaining the e-com model that made me millions at 25. Easy. So if I was doing an e-com offer, I could follow Dovey for my market research. Same thing for other channels. Let's go to Colby. Fuck it, here's the laziest 3,000 month side hustle, high ticket remote sales. You could have easily been, fuck it, here's the laziest $3,000 a month side hustle, e-com, right? Another one, let's just take a random video. My friend does OF. I make more money than her doing this at 22. Could have taken that for e-com. I made $17,956 this week, and my IQ is lower than yours. It's not that hard. Could have literally been for any model. So when you're doing your market research and trying to find competitors, they don't need to be inside of your niche. They can be in different niches. All we're trying to do is find the outlines for these videos and seeing what's working the best. Then the important thing is finding topics and finding the categories of the topics. For example, we have the middle of funnel, the top of funnel, and the bottom of funnel. These are 3 different niches of content. So I'm going to explain these because these are pretty simple. Let's go from the top of funnel, middle of funnel, and bottom of funnel. So there's 3 types of content which you can make. There's bottom of funnel content, which is essentially nurturing people, right? For example, actually, no, let me start from the top. That's going to make everything make more sense. Top of funnel content is simply to get eyeballs and to get people to see your content for the very first time. So here, I can literally just draw an eyeball. And for example, this can be content that's a little bit more controversial, or not controversial, but that's a little bit more broad. For example, this video right here, getting rich is easy, you're just in the hard part. This is a very simple video, which you can take as an example because this appeals to everybody, right? So this is going to get us the eyeballs. The middle of funnel content is the content that's actually explaining what we're doing, but it doesn't solve a specific problem which people who do that thing have, and is more specific to that person. So let me start with this. These are just explainer videos teaching people about the opportunity, explaining the opportunity to them. For example, go to Dovey's channel, explaining the trading model that made me millions at 25. You can watch this video even if you know nothing about trading, because then you're going to learn how to start trading. It's just like a general A to Z guide, right? So let's just say step by step. And then we have the bottom of funnel content, which is for people who have seen him, they've appealed to the broader content, they've learned the fundamentals of trading, and now they have a specific problem when they're trying to do trading. So they want to learn something super specific. For example, here, let me find a good video that explains this well. For example, this one right here, how I print 200K a month trading liquidity and fair value gaps. So when you have liquidity and fair value gaps, this video is obviously going to get less views because it appeals to a more specific person, but it's going to convert at a higher rate because they've gone down the content funnel. We have the content funnel, and then we have the sales funnel, but they first need to go down the content funnel before they're going to buy something through the sales funnel. So this is the super specific content. So I can actually put SS again. And yeah, for example, with these videos right here, the structure of this video is going to be a little bit different because he's just going to be going super in depth into a specific strategy, right? Here, he might have a whiteboard like this video right here. And then if we go to a different video, like for example, this one, which is middle of funnel, which is a little bit more broad, he might not always be using a whiteboard, or he's just explaining a trading model, but he's just going off the top of his head. So it's super simple when you're doing stuff like that. So this is the first part. They need to go down this content funnel. And the next part of all of this is figuring out what we're actually going to be selling to this audience, because obviously if you don't have anything to sell, like, you're not actually going to make any money, because how are they supposed to buy something that doesn't exist, right? If you want to be as profitable as possible and you're just starting out with this model, I heavily recommend selling mentorships. Now, the reason I recommend selling mentorships is simply because you can charge a higher price point. You can go from 4 to 6K, and it's the easiest to start. It's the easiest entry model. You can link a super simple funnel. You can set this up at a weekend. You can go through one of my other videos after this video. The video before this video, I went more into depth on how to set up these funnels. But for example, here, for Work With Me one-on-one, this is simple. So you can set this up yourself without having to build any funnel or anything like that. This is simply setting up a Typeform account, and then it's just Dovey's one-on-one mentorship application. And then we have a free course funnel, and this is going to double the amount of sales that you actually make. Get my free course. It's a super simple opt-in page, just like this one right here. They opt in, put their name, email, phone number, everything like that. Those are just fake email, phone numbers, and everything. And there's a free training, or quote unquote free training, that goes through the model and sells them on the mentorship. This is super in depth, and it sells them on the mentorship, right? So using this, we're going to be converting them into the mentorship or into the course or whatever it is. But mentorships are the easiest thing to start selling, because you just need a call. You explain them what the mentorship entails on the call. For example, they get X amount of one-on-one calls, they get X amount of access to you, and then they can essentially just send you a bank transfer, send you crypto, or pay with a payment link if you've already set that up. But it's the lowest barrier to entry. So once we have the fundamentals set up, so we're kind of getting some traction, we know what we're selling, we need to start pushing heavier on the content side, right? So the first thing that I actually want to go over on this content side is, like I was saying before, whatever business you run, SMMA, e-com, etc., you want to make yourself unique. Now, making yourself unique probably isn't as hard as you think it is. For example, on this channel that I was speaking about with Dovey, we're speaking about trading currencies with a specific trading strategy. It's called the hidden edge strategy, and he probably says the hidden edge strategy 3 times per video. With this channel, I'm teaching people how to start coaching businesses and scale them to 100K a month and above in a super lean way without running ads, with these simple micro niche YouTube videos. And I say micro niche YouTube videos again and again inside of my videos so that I can actually sell my audience on the mechanism, right? Like, there's no secret about it. That's just how it works. And whatever business you run, like I was saying before, like you really need to make yourself unique. And then you need to figure out what your posting style is going to be. Do you want to be more edited type of posting style? Do you want to have a less edited type of posting style, etc.? What I recommend, especially when you're starting out, is having a less edited content style, because it's faster to execute. I can execute a video just like this one, and from A to Z, making the title, finding the idea, making the thumbnail, everything like that, it's going to take me 2 hours. From having the idea to posting the video, it's probably about 2 hours, and my execution is super fast. And when you're in a micro niche YouTube channel environment, outliers die super fast. The reason this was able to blow up is because we saw the fuck it trend was blowing up, and then we saw explaining the ... that was blowing up, and we were like, okay, this is a good opportunity for us to actually jump into the market and make a video just like this one. But we only spotted this because we were actively looking for opportunities inside of the market. We were actively following different channels, actively looking for trends, and whenever something came up just like this one, we could execute on it within 2 hours, because we don't need to do any editing, we don't need to deal with any video editors, and people actually like this style more now because it's more natural and it feels more authentic versus all of the other BS that's been on YouTube for the past few years. Or at least that's what it feels like. And again, like if we go through this video, like it's super simple. Like there's no crazy editing. Like maybe there was one cut in between where, you know, he wanted to cut something out or somebody called him or something like that, but it's super simple, right? That's really the biggest thing that it comes down to, just being able to execute on these ideas as quickly as possible. And the last part that I actually want to go through is how to find these niched YouTube video ideas. So when finding these ideas, what you simply want to do, let's say, for example, I was trying to find an idea for this channel right here. What I would do is I would go to different YouTube channels, for example, this YouTube channel right here, and I would just start looking at his ideas. I would start looking in a shorter time frame, because like I was saying before, outliers die super fast when it comes to this niche. So I would just literally go to popular, go to the past 2 or 3 months. What does he post in the past 2 or 3 months? Okay, how addiction hacking made me fuck you money at 22. Okay, perfect. I can literally just take this idea and run with it and then tweak it to my channel specifically. What else is he doing that's working well? High ticket sales is a scam. Here's the truth. We could easily do trading is a scam. Here's the truth. Easily found that idea. All you literally want to be doing when you're looking for ideas is finding other people that have done ideas and they've worked successfully. Now, the best way to do this is when they've blown up in a short time span and you've seen multiple people do it. If you've only seen one person do it, then the chances of it working is lower. But if it's in the past month, 3 people have posted that video and all 3 of those people's videos have actually blown up and gotten good views, that's a really good sign that that video is probably going to be able to perform well, right? And because of this, we can just copy it and it's probably going to perform well for us too if we copy it well enough. And actually, obviously, you want to make some small tweaks of your own. But that's what it really comes down to when you're trying to copy ideas. And I know that multiple people have done this video right here because I'm in the space, you know, I follow a bunch of these channels. I need to find the trends for myself and for the clients that I work one-on-one with, which you can apply for below if you want to work one-on-one with me. But the biggest thing is you need to be in the space and you need to constantly be finding these ideas and kind of sniping these, because this is what's actually going to blow you up with minimal effort. And the last step that I actually want to go through is you have the entire setup. You're making all of this content. It's probably getting views. We need to figure out how we're actually going to convert this audience. And it's pretty simple. So the first thing that I want to go over is description structure. And Colby is actually the reason I was going through Colby quite a bit. He's one of my past clients. So I want to include him because I did this for him. So let's go to a random video. Doesn't matter which one it really is. And let's take this, for example, this description right here. And then we're going to take Dovi's because I'm actively working with Dovi right now and kind of compare them. So what you're going to find is that there's 2 main things that we're trying to do inside of these descriptions. We have free high ticket sales course and community. And then here we have get my free course. And then there's a second call to action, get access to our high ticket sales software and advanced sales training paid in full. And this is essentially his mentorship, apply now. And then here we have a simple work with me one-on-one. And then he has, you know, DM me on IG. And then do we have a DM me on IG? Yeah, follow me on IG. I respond to all DMs. And here, here's a watch next. We don't do watch next. That's kind of optional. It's not going to make that big of a difference. And then here we just have like the disclaimers because we're doing trading content, and we have an affiliate link, but it's pretty simple. Now, the main two things that you probably noticed here is that we have a funnel, the actual funnel itself. So for example, if we go back, as you can see right here, it's a super simple opt-in pretty much for a course. Like if you opt into this funnel, what you're going to find is it's the exact same structure. It's going into a video sales letter. And if we go to the example from before, right here with the first course, super simple. You're giving them a free training, just like in the content, we're giving them a bunch of free trainings. This is another free training, and it's going to go into this video right here. Now, you may be asking yourself, what do I actually say inside of this video right here? Once my super simple opt-in funnel, just like they've done right here with simple, they put their information in and then there's a video. What does that video actually entail? What is this video? Well, this video is what we like to call the video sales letter inside of marketing. And essentially what this video sales letter is doing is it's convincing them of the mechanism and strategy that we're using inside of the mentorship and that we're teaching. And we're convincing them to book a call for the mentorship. We're convincing them to click this button right here, apply for the hidden edge, and actually go through this type form and apply for the hidden edge, which is super simple, right? And obviously this funnel needs to be set up in between. A super important part is if you actually want to double your sales again, is at this landing page, when people put their phone in, you're usually going to have someone who's a dialer who's going to call you up and is going to actually call you up and ask you, why you're kind of interested in the free training and convert you from there in case you stop watching the video or something like this. So instantly when I opt in, they have my number because obviously I run this offer, so I would disqualify, but a normal person who would opt into this funnel would almost instantly get a phone call from one of our dialers asking them why they were interested in opting into they're not going to say opting into the funnel, but they're just going to ask why they were kind of interested into trading, what got them interested, go qualify them, and then try and book them in for a call. So super simple. Scripting that video sales letter so it's as convincing as possible. And the last part is building a super good sales team structure where you have good dialers with the proper scripts, with the proper trading. You have, when they actually book in the call, you can take the call yourself, but you need the proper frameworks, you need the proper strategies, you need to know how to sell them properly. Or if you don't have time to be taking the calls yourself, obviously you need to hire a closer, and you need to give this closer all of the scripts, the frameworks, the strategies. You need to teach them how to sell the offer, and you need to actually do the management of the offer. This is really what it comes down to on the highest level of actually setting up and scaling these micro niche YouTube channels, coaching offers. Not overcomplicated, nothing too crazy here, but this is simply what's working right now. This is what made us $100,000 for a brand new offer last month. This is what put us on track for $56,000, or what's already made us $56,000 cash collected for that offer specifically 11 days into the month, pacing $170,000 this month. Probably going to be more, like I said in the beginning of the video. And what's worked for me, what's worked for all of these guys that I showed you, this strategy is absolutely insane. So I myself have an opt-in funnel. I practice what I preach. And you guys can go there. You can get all the resources from this video. You can learn, you can learn how I do this. You can learn how I use AI to automate a lot of this process. And if you want to work one-on-one with me to actually implement all of these systems done for you, so all you need to do is pick up the camera and actually record these videos. There's going to be a link below to work one-on-one with me, and you can schedule a call directly with me, and we can go through what installing this system for your business would look like. That's everything on my end. If anything else comes up, you can text me on Instagram, and that's everything. Peace.